Hi everyone, it's Kim. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. So today I'm bringing you another meal prep Sunday, and today I threw together some salads and some breakfasts and some snacks. So stick around, I'll show you what I made. Now this week I am not doing a grocery haul. The only thing that I really picked up from the grocery store this week was some ingredients for the salads that I made. And the rest of our dinners and such are gonna come, they're gonna come directly from our cabinets. You know, I've been trying to eat from my freezers as well as the cabinets for a while now. And this is the week that I'm just gonna go ahead and try to buckle down and get rid of some of that extra food. Now for our dinners this week, I went through the freezer to see what type of meat I had. So the best thing to do with junk mail is to write on the back of it. So we're gonna have herb crusted pork chops, sloppy joes, cheesy meatball bake, western spare ribs, and barbecue chicken. Sorry, I've come down with some kind of sinus infection or something. No clue what's going on. So I wasn't even as sure how far I was going to get on today's meal prep, but I did finish it. So very happy about that. So for our snacks this week, we're going to have vegetables. I'm going to get myself some ranch dip because I can't just have vegetables, by itself. So I'll have some of that. And then for our fruits this week, I have some apples and some pears and a couple bunches of bananas. My husband's going to take bananas this week as well. So I think that's about it. I have, now that I'm thinking, I have some veggie straws that I have to go ahead and put together. Veggie straws, I'm just gonna measure those out and put those in some containers so that we can take those as just a salty, crunchy snack as well, just for a variation. So with that said, I am going to take you along with the footage and tell you to have a wonderful day. I'm probably not gonna sign off. I'm not sure how long my voice is gonna hold out much longer, so I'm just gonna sign off from here, take you through the footage, and hopefully you enjoy my small meal prep today. All right, so signing off, here we go. Are the egg sandwiches, and you've seen me make these a million times, but he still likes them, so I still make them. So what I have, if you've not seen these before, is one egg in my egg containers. And you can see those here. I purchased these from Amazon, from Walmart. I think I got these specific ones at maybe Menards or Walmart, not really sure. I've had them for a while. So I have one egg in each. I'm going to throw some bacon crumbles in there, and then I'm going to throw them in the microwave, and then after they cool down, I'll throw together the breakfast sandwiches. So that will conclude his breakfast, and then I'll move on to my breakfast next. Okay, so I still have one overnight oats in the fridge from last week that I'm just going to go ahead and eat on Monday. And then I'm gonna make 3 more to get me through the week. I do have Friday off, so I'm just gonna go ahead and whip up 3 of these to get me through the week. So I'm using the diced peaches. That's what you see in the jars. Hopefully you can I know it's a little dark when I'm getting up here. So I've got the diced peaches, 1 little container in each of the jars. I'm going to just kind of wing this one. I've seen a variation of this, but it called for a lot more ingredients, and I think I'm just gonna try to pare this down. So I'm just going to throw in a splash of vanilla extract. Having a hard time finding my words. I guess that's, still not feeling 100%, so I'm just going to try to get through the day and do what I have to do, and hopefully I'll feel a little better on Monday. All right, so I'm going to put in a 1/3 cup of oats into each of these. Hopefully we're still in view. We are. And 1/3 cup in this one. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put in a 1/3 cup of unsweetened almond milk and a 1/3 cup of water. So I'm just using the Walmart brand. Here you go. So I'll just throw in the almond milk first because I find it easier. That way you're not spilling a bunch of stuff on the counter, which I like to do. Alright, so that's that. I'm just going to throw some water in here. Just threw some water in a cup just to make it quicker. Hopefully I put enough in there. And I did. Alright, so set that aside. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add in a pack of sweetener and a little bit of ground cinnamon. I really hope I put that in the first one. I'll have to rewatch the footage. Alright, so that's that. Last thing. A little bit of cinnamon. And then I will let you know on Instagram how these were. Hopefully they're good because now I have 3 of them to eat. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap these up and put these in the fridge. Okay, next up we're going to do salads. So this week myself and my husband are both taking salads, so I will be using the following ingredients. Maybe adding a few extras to mine because you know I like my salads a little different, but these are going to be our basics here. I picked up these Tyson grilled chicken strips, and these are it's just regular grilled chicken, so that should come out to be 0. I'm going to scan that in just a second, but I'll let you know if it's any different. If it is, I'll put it here. We have some cherry tomatoes. Grab some baby cucumbers. Chopped romaine. He is going to take radishes and some carrots for a snack. And then we got some green peppers for both snacking and for salads. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting this together. And if I do anything special, maybe I'll come back and show you how I put one of them together. But I don't really want to bore you with, you know, throwing together 5, 10, whatever salads that I'm planning on making. So that's our ingredients, and I'll get started on that next. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to chop up our cucumbers, and I had those soaking in the sink, so we're just going to pop the ends off of that. And I'm going to cut these in half. And I'm going to start chopping them thinly. Now I've got bowls back here in the back, so I'm just going to place the cucumber slices in the bowls. I'm going to slice up a few of these for salads, and then I'm going to slice up the rest for snacking. Now I do not like radishes. I don't know if I said that before. He loves them. So I will put cucumbers and carrots in my bag, and then he will take radishes, cucumbers, and carrots in his bag. Just to kind of give him a little bit more of a variety. So that's about the size I'm going to make them for the salad. So I'm going to go ahead and finish cutting up the cucumbers, and then I'll come back. Okay, next up I'm going to go ahead and chop up my green peppers. And I'm going to need 2 different sizes of these as well. One for snacking and one for the salads. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut these. Get them rinsed, and then we'll start cutting them into shapes after that. So bear with me, let me get this part done, and then we will come back and I will show you how I'm going to cut them. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut the green peppers up for salads. I'm just going to slice those as thin as I can. And I know I make some of you nervous, but I promise you I'm going slow and taking it safe. So I'm just going to cut up very small pieces for the salad. I think then they can just kind of go through the salads, and you know, you can kind of get a bite here and there. So I'm going to continue cutting these up for the salads, and then I'll come back and check in when I get ready to do the ones for snacking. Okay, next up I'm going to go ahead and start cutting these for snacking. And what I do is I just cut those into larger slices, and then I cut them in half. I figure it's just easier that way. You can just kind of grab one, pop it in your mouth, and in my case, keep on typing at your desk. So I'm going to go ahead and get these chopped up, and then I will show you what is next. Okay, so next up we have our radishes, and if you've never cut up radishes, which radishes were new to me before, you know, right after I got married, because we never had radishes. So he really likes them, so I just cut the ends off. And then I cut them in half. And then I cut them in half again. So then I just put them in little quarters. And those seem to be the perfect size. So that's it. End, end, half, half. Like this big one, I will probably cut in another. So I'll just probably cut it here. And then get them in little bite-sized pieces. So hopefully that makes sense. All right, I'm going to continue on with these, and then I will start. I think we can put our salads together next. So let's see if that's what our next step will be. Okay, now the fun begins. Let's start putting our salads together. I'm just going to open up our bag of salad mix here. And again, it's just plain old choco mein, nothing super exciting, but it's the one that I prefer. Every time I use something different, it just doesn't seem to, I don't know, be as satisfying. I mean, let me know what you use in your salads. I've tried using the spring mix, but to me, I don't know, it's not for me. But this totally works. All right, that looks pretty good. You can tell that my bowls are a little smaller than his bowls, but he doesn't take salads too often, and I really don't want him to be starving. So I'm gonna load his up a little bit more. I really hope these bowls fit in his lunch bag. Okay, next up I'm going to take the green pepper, and again he does like the green pepper in his, so we're just going to start layering that on. It's funny you can't even see those on top of the lettuce. Alright, just another couple here and there. And those are done. Next up, I will take the cucumbers, and again, another handful. Drop a few on the counter, you know, that always works. I'm just gonna throw a few of these on mine. And I have some leftovers from where we went out to eat this weekend, so I'm gonna take my leftovers for lunch tomorrow. So that's why I only have 4 salads out here. Now, you know I love to have fruit in my salad, so I just drained some mandarin oranges, so I'm gonna throw some of those on mine. All right, got those in there. And then next up, we will put on our tomatoes. Just gonna throw, he's not a big tomato person, so just a few will be good for him. And then I'll throw a few on mine. And I love tomatoes, so I could just sit down and sometimes I just take a bag of tomatoes and eat them just for a snack, because to me, they're so good. And especially these little ones, they're great for snacking. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and separate the rest of these out there, and I think that's it. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and pre-measure our salad dressings and our chicken in a different container so that those are ready to go. I think I'm just gonna throw some radishes on his too, since I have so many of them. We'll see how that goes for him this week. All right, so that's it. That's our salads for lunch, and then I will see what's next. Okay, so I just dumped the chicken out here. I did verify that it was 0 smart points. I think I put a screenshot in earlier, so I'm just chopping this into smaller pieces and starting to fill the containers with, you know, just a fair amount of chicken for each of our salads. So I'll continue doing this, and then I will start putting our salad dressings in the bowl. Okay, Okay, so next up I'm going to put together some snack bags, and normally I would throw these into bowls, but since I just used all my little bowls for all of our salads, I'm just going to go ahead and use sandwich bags today. So for me, I'm just going to grab a handful of carrots, some cucumbers, and some green peppers, and then I'm going to call that a bag. For him, I'm going to do some carrots, some radishes, some cucumbers, and a couple of green peppers. And that's how his snack bags are going to look. So I'm going to continue on with this. I'll take a snapshot when we're done, and then I'll carry on. Okay, so I'm going to put his breakfast sandwich together now, and I'm just going to throw those into his normal plastic containers and throw those in the fridge. So those are the egg and bacon breakfast cup egg things. I don't even know what to call them right now. And I just threw a half a slice of cheese on them, and then of course that last half, because you need 3 for 5, I just tore up and just put on the side of the halves. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap these up and see what's next. Alright, so next up I'm going to go ahead and cut up this lemon. I'm just going to do a quick little rinse here. And I'm going to just have that for my water this week, so I just thought it would be good just to go ahead and pre-slice this, throw it in a bowl. I don't have the best knife here, so hopefully this will, there we go. New knife, I haven't sharpened this one yet. I think I'm just going to go ahead and have to sharpen it. It was just so cute and pretty, I just thought I would get it. Grab my other knife here. Maybe it's just the lemon, maybe it's not the knife. What do you think? I'm not exactly sure. Well, that seems to be working okay. Apparently you just gotta give it a second to go through. Alright, so got that done. So like I said, just gonna throw this in a bowl so I can take these throughout the week